Hello, family, and welcome back to another Plan With Me. Right now, I'm actually getting started on my prayer walk. I absolutely love just getting outside of my environment, breathing in that fresh air, and having that quiet time to talk with God. I'm going to head to a cafe after this, so I'm just going to go home and get dressed and get started for the day. Right now, I'm actually packing my work bag. This is the Kate Stampato by Teddy Blake, which is actually the sponsor of today's video. I have had this Teddy Blake bag since January of this year, and when I tell you it has withstood the test of time, I'm pretty rough on my bags, and so I've been packing, my heavy laptop and other things, and it has not budged. It's made with premium Italian leather, so it just feels very luxurious. And honestly, even with all this time, it still feels like the day that I pulled it out of the box. So if you all are interested, Teddy Blake is actually having a Mother's Day sale with discounts up to 70% off from now until May 12th. So you can click the link in my description box to go ahead and catch this deal. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I really had to force myself to leave the house today. You guys know that I work in my pajamas, and so when I go to a cafe, I feel a lot more productive. And honestly, I've trained myself to be productive even in my pajamas, but there's a different level of focus and intention that happens when I get out of my environment. So I'm getting ready to do my typical empty out session, and even better news, guys, I finally had some time to set up my new productivity system, which I cannot wait to share with y'all. But right now, we're just gonna stick with this traditional method until it's all released. But don't worry, I will show you guys step by step and behind the scenes of what it looks like. But you guys know before I was using a couple different apps to manage my tasks, my time, and also just like my groceries and other notes. But now I'm able to get everything in one space, and it has just saved me so much time. So I'll be showing you guys that within the next 2 to 3 weeks. So while I'm planning, let's go ahead and get into the weekly recap. This is the portion of the video where I tell you guys the highs and lows of last week and the strategy that I'm taking into next week. So honestly, this week flew by. I feel like every time I look up, it's a new month. And so the biggest high for me was that I made it through the week. I have gotten up on time, I pushed through all of my tasks, and I did not give in to my excuses. There was multiple times this week where I did not feel like leaving the house. I did not feel like working out, but I really pushed myself and I pulled on accountability because I just needed it. Typically, I am pretty disciplined, but in those moments where I feel myself entertaining excuses, you have to call on your tribe. And so I made sure that I did that this week. Another high was I stuck with my clean eating. I definitely have seen a shift in my cravings. For a long time, I have been praying for God to change my appetite and help me to crave the things that are good for my body and hate the things that are not, because I feel like I was kind of a slave to food and emotional eating. But over the past few months, especially since I've been working out consistently, like my body just feels better when I feed it the things that it needs. And that may sound so obvious, but when you struggle with emotional eating and stress eating, it's just like the logic goes out the window. So I just feel really good now that I'm just doing the things that I need to do consistently. The last high that I want to share is we're getting ready to do the 21 Days of Discipline Challenge. And when I tell you I have prepped myself out, I have my meals planned out for the next 21 days. My workouts are already planned out for the next 21 days. And I'm going to be starting a new book of the Bible. So I just feel super prepared. And I think that whenever you go into any challenge, if you don't have a plan, you're planning to fail. So I feel really good and confident that I'm actually going to be able to show up and finish this strong. So if you want to join the 21 Days of Discipline Challenge with me and over 1,000 other doers, you can click the link in the description box. It's completely free. Now, again, I don't feel like there were a lot of lows this week because honestly, I can't even remember, the week flew by so quickly. So the strategy that I'm taking into next week is implementing my new productivity system. It's going to take some time to unlearn some of my automatic responses and, old apps that I'm used to opening. So I'm going to give it about a week or two to get adjusted, but I'm just so excited this space that I've created has just alleviated so much of the mental burden on my mind when it comes to all the different aspects of my life, because it's a lot to manage, and I feel like I really needed a robust system to handle it all with grace. And so that's the strategy that I'm taking into next week. We are hitting the ground running and pushing ourselves, so it's only up from here, guys. So this wraps up the weekly recap. I'm gonna go ahead and let the rest of the video play, but do come back and visit me over the next few weeks so that I can show you guys the new system that I'm using. I love you guys so much. Let me know in the comments how your week has been going, and I'll talk to you soon.